Hey, it's me, Ashley, again. I'm back in Virginia. I'm no longer in New York. I'm actually at work right now. Kind of a weird situation, working out of a trailer. Sucks. A lot, but that's a whole nother story. I was just making another video to talk about my trip overall and, like, the experience. And overall, it was kind of cool. I camped out, stayed out all night for a concert. I've never done that before. Not sure if I would ever do that again, actually. But it was okay. I mean, stayed up all night. Actually, tried to take a nap that day. Didn't really work out because I was chilling with family and stuff. But it was kind of cool. Actually, went to the movies. Like, went to that IFC theater in the village. And it was kind of cool. I watched this movie called Ambassador. It was alright, but I actually took a 2-hour nap, so I paid $13 to take a 2-hour nap. But I needed that nap, because if not, I probably would have crashed. It was bananas. But after the movie, I met Yaharia on 5th and... I met her in the Upper West Side, like basically the other side of the park. Took her 10 minutes to get there, because she was out drinking before, I guess, and had a really weird story. Ran into some kid, wanted to make out with me. There's a video about that you can see, whatever. And after that, I went to the park. It was kind of cool. It wasn't that long of a walk. We got to know each other. She's actually a pretty cool chick. I think she said she was from Queens, but she's actually moving to Atlanta, which kind of, sad, because it would have been cool to have one more extra friend whenever I go visit New York. But good news is, since she's going to Atlanta, I'm going to actually try to get my husband to take me to Georgia one day, because I've never been. And it's not that far from Tennessee, where he's from. And I figure we can, have a vacation, make a small trip. And now I have a friend in Atlanta, so. But where was that? So we went to the park, and there was a bunch of people camped out. And it was kind of cool. It was no drama, really. Sorry, I stuffed my laptop. There's no drama, really. Just a bunch of really big fans, which is kind of cool. We made friends. Made friends with like a couple that was sitting next to us. They had chairs, and we made friends with some girls that were sitting in front of us and behind us that were nice enough to move our stuff whenever we stepped out of line. We stepped out of line twice. Once she had to go pee. Surprisingly, I didn't have to pee the whole time. I guess mentally I said I'm not using that porta potty because there's a raccoon above it. And two, I try not to use porta potties unless I have to. And because the wait for the porta potty was like 10 minutes, and it's just, I probably would have pissed myself. So mentally, I just said, don't pee. You don't have to pee. You don't have to pee. You don't have to pee. But Yahari did, so we stepped out of line the first time, walked like 2 blocks up to some weird skeevy place. It was like a bar, actually. But it was like a high-end bar, like guys were in dress suits, and I couldn't go in because I had sneakers and t-shirt and jeans, and she almost wasn't able to go in because she had on sandals, but she was wearing a dress with her titties out. And when I told the doorman I didn't have to go pee, he was nice enough to let her in. So that was cool. And then the second time we stepped out of line, we went to, sorry, my hair's in the way. We went to Dunkin' Donuts because we got really, really hungry. And I did eat something before, but we were going to be there a while because it was already like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and we definitely knew we weren't going to be able to get breakfast, especially, I mean, we could after the concert, but we still had hours to kill because the concert didn't start until 8 or 9 officially, but they were going to let people in at 6, and so we went and got Dunkin' Donuts, and we actually went with the couple that we made friends with, and they were real cool, felt kind of bad for the guy because, of course, he's not a Backstreet Boys fan, but the girl was, and, but he was real cool, he was sweet about it and everything, so we made friends with them, and we got back. I wasted a bagel, had a big ass coffee thing on top of no-dos. I can't believe I took no-dos. It's kind of crazy, but I didn't tweak out or whatever. So I don't know if it didn't say no-dos on the box. It was just whatever. I'm ranting. So we stood in line, made friends with a couple of girls in front of us, behind us. We shared stories, about how we all collected the posters in high school and how we knew all the songs, what was our favorite album. We were all excited that Kevin was back, and so it was pretty good times. There was no cattiness among us. It was a good vibe. I mean, there was a couple people that try to like walk above, like, in front of us in line. But, you know, we were straightforward, like, you know, we're all adults here. If you weren't in a certain spot in line, don't try to get in front of us. It's only fair. Although my friend Yahara was going to pop off and, you know, get all Queens on her. But she, you know, but we're all good about that. And so, overall, it was a good experience. A little boring at times, but it was good. The line moved fairly quickly, like at 6. There was only one crazy, it was not really crazy, but it was kind of off to me. Like, if you ever watched Jersey Shore, and if you're familiar with Pauly D, the girl that stalks him, Vanessa, kind of crazy eyes, always knows where each club he's at or whatever. She was in line behind us, and it was actually kind of funny. I thought it was funny because, you know, at first I didn't know who it was, but then my friend looked her up on Google, put the phone up to her head, and was like, oh shit, it is her. And ironically, the couple that we were standing with, the guy went to school with Vanessa, so he was cracking jokes and kept yelling certain stuff to her, like, Polly's not here, why are you in line, you know, just to get her attention. And she looked over in our direction a couple times. It was kind of weird. She had crazy eyes. But we were, you know, basically telling the guy, chill, cut it out, we don't want crazy over here, because I don't deal with crazy personally. I mean, we're all fucked up, we're all crazy in our own way, but that's the kind of crazy and unnecessary drama that I don't deal with, you know, because I don't know what kind of girl that is. You know, she may be putting on an act, but I don't know that, and I don't know her, and I wasn't trying to kill the good, happy vibe we got going. Although, another thing about that girl, though, so they let us in about 6. They were letting in groups at a time, which is kind of cool. But she decides, because she's behind the barricade, me and my friend Yahari were in front of it. We got separated from the group of friends that we made. We felt kind of bad, but we were still talking to them. So Vanessa decides that she's going to walk in front of that group, walk in front of the barricade, and try to walk in front of us. And me and Yahari are looking at her like, okay. And we were getting kind of mad because it's kind of fucked up, you know. You think that just because you're on TV, or I don't know what the fuck you were thinking, that you could just walk in front of us. Security wasn't really paying attention because I think he was trying to talk to young hot girls or whatever, so it was no big deal. She got lost in the crowd. We got kind of pissed, but it gave us an idea, because if she could walk around, we decided to try to sneak some of our friends through, because it was kind of weird, because the barricade's here, and then there was like maybe like another 2 feet, so they could have let at least maybe 20, 30 more people in. So we were, you know, we were on the DL about it, but we snuck, you know, 5 of the girls over, and there was people giving us eyes and shit, and, you know, it was kind of screwed up, but we didn't understand why there was that much space. So overall, it was a good experience. Once they started seating people, we actually, oh, I forgot, we actually met up with Yahara's cousin. She showed up maybe 30 minutes before. She got lucky because she could have got lost in that crowd, because originally we were going to show up like at 5 a.m. and, you know, just, you know, so we didn't want to camp out. But it was kind of smart that we showed up a couple of hours earlier, because if we would have showed up at 5 a.m. we probably would not have made it in the park, because that crowd grew. And across the street was the VIPs, which kind of, I have a whole issue with that, but they were just as equally long. So I think if we would have showed up that morning, like at 5, even 7, like I was talking about, I probably would have missed the concert. So they started seating people like around 6 or 7, and we decided to sit by the bleachers, which was kind of cool. Like, I had a perfect spot at the stage. You know, it sucks I wasn't like on the floor close, but I kind of, you know, said screw it, because I didn't feel like dealing with people pushing. There were signs, screaming in the ear, although I dealt with that. There was a tard behind me. That's a whole nother fucking story. But it was a good experience. We got to enjoy the concert. Only reason why I didn't upload audio or video, I maybe have good 30 seconds of actual good, decent video, because me, being a jackass, this is my cell phone. I tried to do it originally on my camera, and me, like a jackass, didn't charge the battery. I thought I did, but apparently I didn't charge it enough, because I started recording video, maybe got 30 seconds, that fucking battery light popped up. I was like, damn it. So I was like, okay, cool. I have a full charge on my phone. I didn't screw on Twitter. I didn't screw on Facebook for that very reason. I'm recording video. See this little section right here? Because I was geeking out and dancing and singing and, losing my bat complete shit because Kevin was back, I kept recording over the speaker. So I have really good video, fucking audio, in and out, in and out. So I screwed the pooch on that one. I'm gonna try to watch it again, maybe upload something. And I kind of wish I took more pictures, because I mean, I'm gonna try to see them in concert, because I mean, they're probably never gonna come to Virginia again. They came once. It was a really bad experience. I kind of wish I could have relived that. I took a stupid ass ex-boyfriend. He got us kicked out of the concert. Spent $50 on those fucking tickets. So it was actually $100 and change. Only got to watch 3 songs. He got us kicked out. Long story. Pissed to this day about it. But I'm not with that asshole anymore. Married to a good guy. But I've made a decision, like, when they come out on tour, if they don't come to Virginia, I will find a way to go see them. If I have to take time off and go to New York or go to DC, which would probably be smarter, or even go to fucking Charlotte, I'm going to go see them. I am going to go see them again, because just to see them all together again, it was just, my heart was beating so fast. Like, I got the goosebumps. Like, they were, like, seeing all 5 of them together reminded me why I've been a fan for, like, over, almost 20 years. It was amazing, like, to see Kevin back, and he got all teared up when he saw the crowd and thanking everybody. It brought a smile on my face, and just, it might be kind of embarrassing to say, hey, I'm a fan of the Backstreet Boys, but, I'm almost 30 years old, and I can say I'm a fan. Been a fan ever since I was, like, 10 or 11. Not ashamed of it. They make really good music. And, I'm not ashamed of that. I get made fun of it sometimes, but fuck it. I don't care. People aren't going to like what you listen to all the time. Like, my husband, cracks on me all the time, but hold on a second. Sorry, I thought I heard somebody. He listens to sappy, stupid, emo, music. He has a stupid lyric from, like, him, and Love Said No. I'm like, that's the stupidest shit that you can ever tattoo on yourself. He listens to, you should see him. He makes fun of me for geeking out for, like, the Backstreet Boys. You should see how he acts when he listens to Journey. It's like, I swear he wants to suck Steve Perry's dick or something, but that's a whole nother story. Sorry about the language, but overall, it was a good experience. I loved it. So glad to see them back together. Gonna see them when they come on tour. I really would love to go on the cruise, but financially, I probably could, but financially, it's not smart. It would be kind of cool if my husband got in on that, but him on a boat with screaming Backstreet Boys fans, he'd probably fucking jump off. But, so I won't probably do the cruise, but I am going to go get tickets when they go on tour, and it was awesome, and, the show was awesome. It was great. They even danced, they sang, basically the video that I got on my phone was the fucking sound check, and the sound check was amazing. Like, I'd never been to, like, a sound check before, and it was amazing. Like, I could see why they do sound check parties now. It was fun. It was awesome. It was, holy shit. Like, when they started singing I Want It That Way, like, everybody lost their shit. It was so cool. But, this is a good experience, and I was just, basically just putting some commentary on my adventure. It was actually good to be back in New York, too. It was good to see family and friends, and, I kind of missed the city a bit, but sorry, I'm playing with my hair. It's actually good to be home, with my family and my dog and this crappy job, and I'm gonna end the video now because I'm starting to ramble, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.